I love the music. It's so good. Welcome back to another episode of our last Azlanti. We have just been Knight Commander of the 5th Crusades. We have not been asked to be that, but apparently we just got the knightly hoods. We are in our encampment. Irabeth told us that I would like to go with you and check out the camp. So here we are. Let's go check out the camp, shall we? There's Nenio, Crusader Wizard. Finally, we're an offensive. I'm so tired of hiding in a hole. There's the storyteller. I got a page here looking at the Great Garrison. That was the Elven notes, exactly. The story carefully takes the page from your hands. His finger touch the ancient letters gently, examining the lightly follow of their lines. I see. Myself. Young, energetic, able to see. Yes, sire? Oh, gods. I found the key to my past. Finally. I find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. The other expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Kormakr. And please, follow me to my story and let us embark on this journey together. They're leaving. The people of Kionen faced the coming Earthfall and admits that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Kionen. The homeland of the elven race on Golarion. Kionen was almost completely evacuated by the elves just before the fall of the Starstone. They only recently, by elven standards, returned to Golarion and reclaimed their ancient homeland and have become an isolationist realm, allowing few non-elves visitors into their mist-shrouded capital. Interesting. Earthfall. Earthfall is the name given to the cataclysmic events in which the shower of meteorites impacted Golarion. It resulted in the destruction of human empires of Thessalion and Azlanti, which were consumed by earthquakes and massive tidal waves. The creation of the inner sea. The cloud of dust threw up by Earthfall impacted settled in Golarion's upper atmosphere and plotted out the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness. Holy shit, okay. I see. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurry to the gate of Savarion, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided to not fight for Golarion. I am ashamed, and I'm sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe, but my will is strong. I'm staying. Wait, how old is this guy then? Must be over 1,000 years old then. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors to their own home. One of them, a former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a notebook, and he hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover on it. In case you change your minds, with a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of the Savarian stone close, separating me from them. It is time for me to go. I open my master's notebook. There are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your minds, he hopes the burden I shoulder voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Savarion. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook in pieces. I use my force, pride, as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee? They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers of long-lived and powerful. They valued lives and sunshine too much to enter a fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Your mentor is a mage? Then you must be one too, yes? Yes, I'm an archmage. And this title is well-deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic. But curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is Savarian Stone? A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty band of ancient divine creator. Our great gates to other worlds. It breathes power, it dreams of eternity. Why are you angry of your fellow elves? I spent many hundreds of years in Kionen. I've always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home. But the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Golarion. All its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely and then came home and told my kinfolk about travels, but they weren't interested. They only cared about Kionen. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I'm standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kionen, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is growing, giving way to the huge rock rushing down on my world. And then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up into the vaults of sky, crunching bones, blood from burst vessels, filling my eyes with darkness. Drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I'm alive. But why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash is everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Azlanti. Great clouds of ash covered by sky, cutting us from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. What did I stay? Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall, proudly like the last Archmage of Kionen should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I'm still alive and I can fight Earthfall in the darkness, not run from it in a blind of panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I would not stop the disaster. I would hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. What is Earthfall? Disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Golarion by blind fate. And then it covers the sun and it was the Age of Darkness. Exactly. What was the tower you mentioned? It's my retreat north of Kionen. My home away from home. My observatory. From its top, I watched the stars. And when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. One clear day, I could see the mist over the lake of mists and whales in the east. That's how high it was. What are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life. It kills an era, ending the greatness of Golarion civilization. It will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and silent a few moments and calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it. Most likely because I played the main role in it. It's strange to see myself feel the emotions tearing up inside me. Those that I felt a long time ago. And not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered in ancient elven writings, bring them to me. It might be able to shed some light into the past. Interesting. Thank you for the stories. Cool. Cool. Is that the same storyteller from the first game? Yes, it's the same storyteller from Kingmaker. I confused your YouTube video to your live stream. I was watching it while you were on break. I forgot it was on. Danny. Frostna, vad han doing? Welcome in. It could also be Steer Friday. Because of steering and making food. So, what do we have here? Turabate's tent. This is mine and Anevia's tent. We both use this for traveling, but the queen insisted our tent to be furnished like accommodating officers. Adventures of Fearless Crusaders. Briggy, the sausage maker. I'm interested in that. For dinner, the wounded were served cabbage soup. This didn't surprise them in the slightest. They had the same dish for dinner for a week. The hospital residents used to be lucky enough to get potatoes and even turnips sometimes, But about a month ago, the Knights of the Order of the Thrice Holy Shining Sun and Dissipating Darkness, scimitar of our beloved goddess Saranare, accidentally shot a catapult the wrong direction and annihilated the cart of the farmer who supplied the hospital with those vegetable delicacies. How can you shoot a catapult in the wrong direction? And hit the farmer's cart, oh my gods. Ever since the wounded only had cabbage soup for dinner, occasionally with a bit of protein when the odd cockroach crawled into the pod. After enjoying the delightful meal, oh my god, the stuff their smoked pipes with something with rather more resemblance hay than tobacco. Their bad habits demanded the inhalation of some smoke or other after mealtime. But with these practical matters happily resolved, they fell to talking. Which demon you think is the most dangerous? Asked Vuzlish, the spearman, scratched the stub of his leg with the stub of his arm. I think it's Abricandilus. Those monsters are cunning and sneaky, almost like Varisians, as their teeth are even sharper. Look! He illustrates his points for his comrades by holding up his remaining fingers. 2.5 of them. It depends the way you look at it, answers Gregory the artillerist. Though she could hardly look at it all, her eyes were covered with bandages. Your Abricandilus are easy pickings, but Balor's are different things. He hits you with his whip, and your eyes pop out. She waved her pipe energetically, casting its contents into Vuzlish's face. While latter was coughing and brushing himself off, Bridgie joined the conversation. Balors and Brigandilus are all right, I suppose. But I'd say there isn't a demon in the world scarier than a regular louse. Of course, the other demons can teleport places, but the louse doesn't even need to do that. Wherever you look, it's already there. Then, he stuck his hand under his shirt, pulled out the subject of his speech from somewhere in his armpits, and demonstrated it to its friends. You can run away from a big demon with a whip, but you can't run away from these lice. They sting everyone, from the foot soldier to the general. Even the queen herself isn't immune. I might say it doesn't do much harm, but after all, how much blood can one louse drink? But I'm telling you, think of much soldier's blood they drunk altogether. It's got to be a whole sea, wouldn't you think? What in all of these demons in the abyss? And if anyone tells me that louse isn't a demon, then haha to them. Could a monster like that come from anywhere besides the abyss? Yeah, from you, you stinking armpits. Go wash yourself. Oh, it was cute. Armpit lice. Nice. Ballistics are no joke, apparently. I've been trying to type from work, but everyone kept calling. Hey, don't worry about it, Lopez. How you doing? Anyways, hope you're doing amazing. And you have been winning the week and are ready for the weekend ahead. Week was amazing, and I'm can't wait for the weekend. This massive bat is clean and neatly. Nice. I'll grab all these. Thank you. I'll grab everything. Why not? Special half plates. Irabeth is not saying anything that I just take everything from her tent. Apparently not.
March on.
Apparently not. Wolf chip, perception check failed. I'll take these. I'll take that. Happy to serve, Commander. I love that they react to you. 2 back Canabras will take back Dresden too. Summoned small earth elemental. Ooh. Oh, they're like making it an entrenchment for us? Hey, that's cool. That is cool. There's land. What are you looking up for the sky? You think the winged demons are about to fall on us? Show off. Maybe they will, but I actually just like looking to this guy. Because he was in a cave for years. Poor soul. Lan, what do you got to say? Hey, Kormakr. I was trying to see the Knight Commander commands the Knights really fast and I almost twisted my tongue. The Knight Commander commands the Knights. The Knight Commander commands the Knights. You have to train, Lan. You have to train, my friend. Train. Horsies. A lot of horsies. Where's your trots a lot, by the way?
Onwards.
Oh, the actors! They're that freaking... Is that Kratos? Lambkin, the Cyclops. It looks like Kratos.
Let us be off.
Grandma Gretlin, the director. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing the motley company, shaking her ladle at the bell lyric. Noticing you, she flings up her hand. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Canabris, back when you weren't a commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come to the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up the theater is expensive, so we'll have to take side jobs. But we don't stop. What we're doing? We're going to put up a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find people to play the Horse of Demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon a real demon. Luckily, we have Master Kempf. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sounds. We caught a pig, and some piglets ran away from a burnt-out village. We put the piglets in a box and scared them a little, and the sounds they make is just like an approaching demon horde. Oh, the poor piglets. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the Great Knight Commander. We had the right Bonnie over it, breaking a number of lances, as well as the shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. We just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have two candidates that are most suited for the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. Then you have other actors who vaguely resemble me. We're a small, poorly funded theater, and we only have a few actors, but they're so talented. I've chosen one that are the best fit for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt. Oh man, should a Cyclops play us or the Gnome? Want to be played by a Gnome? Not a Gnome, two Gnomes. Rubbledum and Hierophant are twins. Rubbledum. What is that name? One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they can play the tall character. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame. And that way they each only have to learn half of the script. Is that a Cyclops? He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short heroic exclamations at a fateful moment, like, onwards, or we'll never give up, or my heart burns with courage. Lambkin didn't definitely handle that script. Oh my. Alright. I mean, the Cyclops is bold, like my character. I wonder, does this Cyclops get different hairstyles or whatever? If you have different hairstyle, does he get the same hairstyle as like you? We shall be played by the Cyclops. Wonderful. So we took you away from the important things of heroes commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, and then we're to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass our grandma now. Lambkin, my name. I am actor. I'd rather shovel horse shit than soldier's grub. Shit smells better. Wouldn't be surprised if it tastes better. Ooh. Hey, brother, you're looking pretty thin. Oh, man. I'm curious what comes out of it. Happy to see you, Commander. Nice. Commander.
Let's move.
Let's move. Sir Trotzlaw, there it is. A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire. There are 2 goblins about to snatch it. And 3 more are digging through my tent. And I sat at the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary told me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail. Once you get used to it, too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my swords. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me. So I jumped over to the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt. And I grab my sword and I yell in my big, tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures!" My sword's shining and the goblins are screaming. I jumped to attack them and they fight back. But I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I've never taken a stab without my swords. Well, yeah. If you're out fighting, never go to have a shit without at least a weapon at you. Haha! That's some story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for me. We've only just set off and you're already drinking. And with the queen at the camp, stop this at once. The knight quickly snaps the attention. Sila raises the flask and says loudly, "Right, you are, Commander Irabeth. We are about to drink into Queen's health." Give me a drink too, Sila. Irabeth rubs her forehead with a palm of her hand. "Commander, are you sure this is the right way to train your soldiers?" "Never mind, it's your business." Oh, come on, give them a break. They can have a drink. They can have a drink. League. Now that you're troubling Canobris. Eagle Watch. These are fighters there, Majesty brought from the capital. Interesting. It's an honor. The field medic. What do we have here? This is the field hospital, unless the clerics of Canobris suffered especially heavy losses, so we're in desperate need of healers. We're few, but the gods are with us. The prayers of the gods, people around the world are with us. Dear lady, you've been standing here for a long time. Would you like to help? Who, me? No, I definitely would not. Please, act like I'm not here. I'd just like to watch people work. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Camellia. Beautiful day, isn't it? Gato. Teacher, how should I hold my hands when I pray? Like this or like this instead? You're focused on the wrong things. Hold your hands wherever you like. The important thing is to fill your mind with peace and piety. Well met, Commander. You caused quite the stir. Everyone thought Canobris was done for. But the gods had other plans. There was quite a blaze over the Greek garrison. All the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. Who's that boy with you? This one? Kiad is the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy, and his faith is strong. He serves a Rustil, though there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. What kind of help can I expect from you? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. We know who he is. We talked to him already. Yeah. Show me your scrolls that you're selling. Bulk selling. So... Oh, he has new rings and stuff now. Conman's ring. This ring grants Adveria a +5 competence bonus on all perceptions and trickery skill checks. Headband of alluring charisma. Okay. Red salamander. The wearers of the ring has the ability to cast spells spontaneously. It grants them the ability to cast the following spells: Fireball, Controlled Fireball, Fire Snake, Hellfire Ray. Oh my goodness! Okay, that's something for Amber. Bookworm. This headband grants the wearer +2 enhancement bonus on intelligence score and immunity to all compulsion effects. However, it also inflicts the charisma score and persuasion checks. Specialist belts. Whenever you wear this belt, uses a scroll or potion, it gives you +1 to its caster level. Inspired Wisdom and the Icy Protector. Okay. Okie dokie. So... we want some restoration. Scroll of resurrection as well. Ooh. Scroll of restoration. Give me 2 8s. Okay. Wait, somebody told me it doesn't matter who I sell what, so I can just sell everything here. Get the same amount of money out of it. Somewhere else. So now I'm getting 6k back. Just from selling all the rubbish. I still have a lot of armor. Another 2k. I can edit the bulk selling. Oh. Non-magical. Oh, that's helpful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's see for the rest of the people. Nenio. I'm gonna keep you in your role. Another head in the backs. Yeah, it's fucked up. It is fucked up. See invisible communal. That's like something. And haste. That is if we ever gonna bring her with us. Enduring spells. Yeah. Wolfjiff. Scoundrel. 3. Deception. Boom. Sense vitals. Magic weapon. Magic weapon gives a weapon +1 enchantment bonus and damage rolls. Enhanced does not stack with master weapons. Mm-hmm. You can make any undead creature find on your side as if it was your ally. It will attack your opponent. Master. That's not bad. Some CC on undead. And a magical path for you. Unrelenting assaults. Making more and more damage. Yeah. Good. Good. Everybody has their level. Let's get out of the tent. So remember, the cleric is in the tent, Kormakr. I'm gonna grab that. Boom. Commander. The chapel stands. Okay. What do we have in here? Pathfinder is tend to be used as your chapel. Even the last pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers in the final battle upon us. It's happening in my previous campaigns. Oh, nice. Altar of Serenity, the Healing Lights. Altar of Torog, the Father of Creation. Altar of Erastil, the Old Deadeye. Altar of Desna, the Goddess of Freedom. Altar of Yomade. This place has been sanctified. Where's my altar? Of the accidental hero. Huh? The accidental hero? Man, that was amazing, that VOD that we watched. Cook up a new character concept for Vampire the Masquerades. Talking of Vampire the Masquerade, do we have news of Bloodlines 2? Will we get that game ever? Or is production at a complete holds because of devs dropping out and whatnot? These are the Knights Canabris, all that's left behind in the Blooded City.
Follow me.
First Irabeth, now another upstart commander. Our queen sure does like them wet behind the ears. Hey. What do you see, sir? Nothing, commander. Happy to serve. Whoa. Whoa. What an ass. Don't know what the sword solid is doing. Nenio? I hope we met the Skari and the Baphomet soon. I have numerous questions for them. I think the Skari will give a fuck about you. What's about you? This is the supply train. William Grace. Go for him some supplies. Yes, yes. 3 cheers for the commander. Now answer my questions. What are mail shirts? According to the paperwork, we're supposed to have 50. I personally deposited money for them in the army treasury. He is not happy. He's not having it. Queen is expecting you, Knight Commander, so I shall not detain you. We can talk later. Oh, look at him. Chubby man with a beard. Love him. Melissa Grace, the camp quartermaster, your service. How may I be of help? What do soldiers think of their new commander? They mostly tell tales about you, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person. Soldiers are always like, Dad. If Yomade herself descended from heaven, you bet they jabber on about how she grabs her sword and how good she looks in an armor. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bloodlands is a sign of Gehenna. It's in the Book of Nod, but there's many fantastic games to skin their teeth into. Swan Song is very, very cool. I have my eyes on Swan Song as well. Dude, have that freaking head. What the hell is going on with that head? No, back. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the rest, so I'm gonna leave those weapons for the moment only.
I stand ready.
Let's see here. He's still having that fever. How do I fix the Grey Pox? Is it like remove sickness? Is that the one that I need to do? Is that a sickness? No. It does not do that. She's fatigued. She still has a permanent negative level. So let's have a proper restoration spell on you. There we go. That is gone. So, what do we have here? Cloak of Resistance 2. Cloak against availability of cast heroism spell once per day. Yeah, I'll leave that. Cloak of Resistance. Do I have a cloak? I have the Cloak of Resistance 1. The Resistance 2. Let's grab that. Then we have the Amulets of Natural Armor. Silver Tongue. Gets to wear the +2 components on persuasion skill checks. Might leave that on. Although with that, my AC goes up. Let's give you the Silver Tongue 1 and a Cloak of Resistance. So, half plate of Vigor. +2 Constitution even. Have that on. Gives a little bit more life. 75, and with that, 69. Nice. 69, but +2 Constitution. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have to go. Move Jiff. You know what the queen does to people who keep her waiting? I don't know, but I never find out. Happy to serve, Commander. We had talked about that already. With Estel. That's the party over there. They're Dairon. What is it with the naked guys over here? Oh, he said that he wanted to go. I'm curious if he remains or not. I'm busy watching New Rock by night. Loved by Azlanti by night. There you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Our short acquaintances has come to an end. Very soon you'll be parted on our crusades, where you'll scrape by a horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldier, but rudely awoken by freezing colds, and have to look upon your door face of self-righteousness prigs before you fall finally perish in the maw of some demons. I have a journey ahead of me too. I've rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. We'll to each other their own, I suppose. There pauses and adds more a serious voice. You know, I'm genuinely sad to see you go. If this sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom glands on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. And if only we could have spent a little more time together, but of course, they're in grimaces. Not under such condition. Let the Crusaders and the demons have each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. I'll be blunt too. There is no such thing as exclamation mark Skald, but welcome in, Relic. You don't intrigue me. Not in a way you obviously had in mind, but you're a valuable companion. You could have stayed in my party. Oh, me? Where's this traveling... Pardon me? In this army? You must be joking. Of course I won't stay. Who is this in right mind would trade a luxurious, carefree life for this crusade? In any case, I tend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off. To me, the diary and hopeless end. Sometimes it has one good to ruminate in the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most distinguished and exhausting road of the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most steering. Darren smirks before instantly losing only the interest, and at least he pretends to. Interesting. I wonder if he will remain with us. I hope so. I hope so. Grab all these as well. Amanda! Oh, look at the little chunky crusader. They're all very motivated. I guess I will be able to talk to everyone once after I talk to the queen. I guess we'll be able to do that once I talked to the queen. I understand. I haven't saw the show, played a game, only had an idea what happens in mass embrace. Interesting. Interesting. Let's grab all this. Let's grab all that. Let's grab all this here. Yeah. Thank you. Here's my commander's chest. Let's grab those as well. During reach of a stare, she drops the pompous air with which she announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now waits her opponent's reply. Commander! She gets quickly to the point. I am satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect it will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself as a true leader and hire the necessary troops with provided funds. I have chosen the targets for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, a lost outpost within the Whirlwind. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Yamade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against the demon. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of their most dangerous ability, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers, a historian, Nura Dendivar, and a cleric, Social Vaenik. The queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her. One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Yamade also wants to talk to you, the Honorable Liotr, whom everyone calls Hawkblade. I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but I do not directly relate to the Crusade. You, no doubt, wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty, therefore I shall leave you now. But I ask you to seek me out in the camp as your earliest convenience. Hey, listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangerous, glorious feats. Where are you going to show those demons? I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time to take part in it. I'm glad to help your cause. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak to you further. Social. Interesting. You have plenty of time to talk. Your knight commander's people now. His trusted advisor and companions. Now. Will you please leave us? Irabeth, you're gonna go too. It's just the two of us. When we met at the Defender's Sword, I have never imagined you made me commander of the new crusade. Some actions may be deemed bold or even extreme. And beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resorts. I am not a simple monarch. I'm at war with the Abyss. A war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I'm willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and the minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spreads far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could have better fit the role of Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. Interesting. Last word, news of the devs took over making Bloodlines 2 and are keeping off the raiders so they can focus on the game. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Night Road is a damn good game. Can you put those into feedback and suggestion in Discord, Vazros? So we can check them over. I might put them on our playlist. On our roadmap, as I call it. Good. I have some question about retaking Dresden. How did... we know about that. What forces are at my disposal? That might interest me. Everyone we saw today at the parades, first among them, the Eagle Watch, who remains a powerful force thanks to Irabeth. Also marching with you, as you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have the personally selected some recruits from Nerosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You'll have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you, but for a brave commander, I hope you're one that is just at the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, you gain footholds in the region, and then new armies will join under your banner. The 5th Crusade is only the beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead. It's been many decades. What do you think this time is different? We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades, but it's more than that. You've created this chance for us by foiling the demons' plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished in the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. What about the long-term goals? Now you're talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demons away. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory who we call the World Wounds. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you have me guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals of the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply does not work here. However, we have the hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold's fortress deep in the former lands of Sarkoris. We've never managed to find our way so far and gain a foothold to allow to manage to explore the origins of the World Wound. So next step, after you succeeded in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound with the aim of reaching Thresholds. The very threshold of the abyss. Thank you. Do you know that the souls of angels have been confined in the word stones? I had guessed it much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestians volunteered to fight for our crusades. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission not long after Yomadi's herald erected the first wardstone in Kormakr, and then the others in the cities across. Even back then I had a nagging doubts, but my faith in Yomadi easily assuaged me. And after all, not to question her works. In any case, I'm glad you did not allow the demons to commit sacrilege and gain control over the wardstone. We might have lost one wardstone, but the chain is still standing. Is the chain still standing? Didn't I, like, let them free all of the wardstones? Did it make, like, a chain reaction? Interesting.
Enjoy your stay.
Too bad, since Gulliver's really well voiced. Shame. Twitch Whisper sends for me. Thank you. Thank you. Mitztia. I don't Discord. Totally fine, boss. Totally fine. Mitzia, welcome aboard. Happy to fam. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the north. Thank you for hitting that follow button. You should know I received an unusual gift from the caves beneath the Kormakr. A vision. I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven. Lariel! I knew him! It disappeared shortly before the world wound grew and Dresden fell into the enemy's hand. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterwards, matters took turn for the worse. The angels left and go to their special mission. What are you going to do? Galfrey arches her brow, overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the 5th Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander? My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign, the hope of the Crusades, and the blessing of Yomadi that you carry may be decisive in this battle. The queen flashes. What was happened there? That was weird. The queen flashes something of a slightly astonished smile. What is this I hear? A polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign? I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wounds were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to rid of me and therefore sow chaos across Mendev. But you're right, I should be sitting in our rear. I'm a warrior queen and the queen of warriors, yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the Crusades, but one on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parades out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito. Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I'm among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join battle. Very clever. Very clever. That will inspire everybody, and then you probably die, and then everybody will be in shock, and then chaos will happen, and we will lose the fight at Dresden. Yeah, task is clear. Splendid. Gives me an impish wink. We have one final matter to attend. I should be rather enjoyable. Counts, there you are. You received my instructions. I did. though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was reading myself to depart. Reading myself to depart. No matter, I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. The queen makes a stately gesture into your direction. As you are aware, Kormakr has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint his highly sensitive posts of Commander's Field Attaché, the advisor of the plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations. She promoted him, my personal advisor. Oh, he will hate it. Their cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what happened or holding himself tightly in the cheek. It is a great honor, I suppose. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him the chance to serve the common cause. I knew you would approve, Commander. The Queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest on Diren once more. I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Knobers has put my mind at ease. So you will travel with the troops of Drevin. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill the orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since the word of your appointment, Count, will reach the courts at any moment. All of Mandef nobility will be following your success in service of the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here. The Count offers a bow, either a sign of respect or in order to hide his flushed face. Only the barest quiver can be heard in his voice. Your logic truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I'm most gratified by the honor you have shown me. Then let's get going. May Iomade help us all. What a move. Crap, really this whole part loses without original voice act? Was there normally voice acting here happening? Why did we not get it if there was? So... yes, all of that is voice acted. Why was it not voice acted then here for me? I wonder. We can sell these. Okay. So now probably everybody wants to speak with me. Let's see. While keeping all these books, I like to collect stories. Plus I play as a Skald, so I'm a story collector. So all of them books will remain with me. Anivia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know? Listen, I have no idea what cobblers and crusaders say about you. Some say Iomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and then, honest to God's angel, leading the army disguised as you. Still, others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda more charismatic, more dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. By then, I'll already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. or to yourself. We have talked about you or that already. How they met. How they met. I don't know why it's not grayed out again. I'll give you your answers. Okay. There we go. Somebody get me a bug spray. Lunch, how you doing, by the way? Happy Fridays Day. There's the golem again. There's Amber. Irabeth's tints. I've been in there already. But let's have a look. Some loot. Oh, Emma. More loot. Amber. Amber's bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off in the distance. How are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? The girl tilts her head on her shoulders. What are you talking about? Oh, the tricks you've learned when the big grey house blew up. They're funny. Thanks for teaching them to me. What do you think of me being now the Knight Commander? The elf focuses her wandering gaze on your eyes and smiles and shakes her head. Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the streets, barefoot, hungry, scared, a step away from death. Some imagine they're strong and rich, like gods. But don't forget who you really are behind the title. Very well said. Dude, I love Amber. She's amazing. She is amazing. So well said, girl. So well said. Nenio! Ah, boy, there you are. Very good, just in time. You'll be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. So the Griggerson stands roofless. Demons are running for the hills and their tails between their legs. Meadows Queen, what's her name? It's on my tip of my... yes, Godfrey. It's scurrying to and fro, and all this somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of you exponentially. If one discounts blind faith in divine intervention, which I do, we people of science refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. What are the ones who explain the inexplicable? And therefore, open your mouth and say, ah, for me. I'm a little bit afraid, but ah. Then you pierce into your mouth with a practiced eye. All right, your throat's fine. Tongue looks perfectly normal. Your teeth. The smell is in line with the regular functions of digestive systems. Now for your teeth. She sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each of your teeth. In turn, with the skill of a seasoned dentist. No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their races, still have an amazingly powerful bite? As if suddenly recalling something, Nenio prompts pulls her hands out of their mouth. You're really trying to find a correlation between fang length and civility? Nenio seems slightly embarrassed. For the good of science, I look for correlations everywhere and everything. How can you prove there's no correlation if you don't bother looking for one? If somebody gets on my nerves, I can bite hard enough too. Can you? We definitely must test that someday, but not today. Now we are conducting an experiment of a different kind. Moving on. All right. What do we have next? Ears. Let's check your ears. Testing. Then you yells right into your ear and nods in certification as she observes your reaction. Your hearing, it's fine. Was fine. But don't worry. Scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next. Eyes. Eyes are clear. Posture is satisfactory. Limb length is standard. No lice. She stops, rubs her chin in contemplation in the slightly dejected tone, says, Boy, you are the picture of health. It's a pity. I was expecting to find some anomaly. Well, now let's assess your mental state. Imagine your hypothetical situation. You are a tree. Two squirrels have found the way to your hole and are now copulating there. What do you do? I do precisely nothing because I'm a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with the lack of trust in your own abilities. Or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism? On the next question, another hypothetical situation. You're a tomato. You have just been picked from the vegetable batch and put into the crates. You know that today the cook will use half of the tomatoes from your crates to make a soup. What do you do? I try to dig deeper into the crates. An unconscious act of rejecting the unspoken rules of laws and underpinning the function of the universe. Yes, it's all quite clear to me. Rejecting universe rules and behavioral norms, along with the distinct unwillingness to take a firm position in the choice between good and evil. There's something off the trickster in you. On that note, I deem the experiment complete. Thank you for the participation, and yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles, and one of these days I will solve you completely, unless I forget. Now, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. All good, Ninja. No further questions. No further questions, girl. What a weird question. Oh, she's an interesting character. She's an interesting character. If we do a second playthrough, I might consider taking Nenya with us instead. And like, mix up the group.
March on.
Lan. What brings you here? What do you think is life on the surface? Must be very different than life on the grounds. Of course! As far as living conditions, surface is definitely a better place. It's easier to get good food, water, and everything else. As for the kinds who kind of lives you have, I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one. But there were some brave Crusaders knights nearby, and they killed the villains and saved everyone. And I heard another story. A young blacksmith lost his arm in the fire, couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, desperate blacksmith robbed the traveler one night, but there were some brave Crusaders knights nearby, and they caught the robber and threw him in a prison. Not long after, his wife smothered their baby and hanged herself. Oof. Up here, the same person can proudly say he's protecting the innocent from demons, and then look the other way, while the same innocent starves just because they were born in a poor family. Queen Galfrey prolongs her life with sun orchid elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, and if the person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own. Yeah, that's good. That's a good thinking. Anyway, look. You must know, life on the surface is much better than I do. I would never leave a needy person in trouble. I've been given more than most, which means I'm now more able to help others. Fitting reply, don't take my words as a reproach. I like rumbling as much as cracking jokes. Dan is always trying to muster a friendly smile, but an expression of his face doesn't accommodate very naturally. You said you were ready to risk your life. What does that mean? To invent a new salads, you have to name it after me. To invent a new salad, you have to name it after me. Ren works grimly, then he sighs. Truth be told, I don't know. It would be much easier if I really wanted was to kill demons. Then a few more demons, then more demons. Good, honest rage and no needless brooding. I think I actually envy the warriors who can live like that. But I can't. If life taught me anything, it's that there are no easy choices. Diaglor's death isn't enough. Some heroes of the Crusades did that and also saved entire settlements, erected the ward stones. They actually kept the lands of Mendef safe for decades. That's what I want. For my dumb, short life to have meant something. Poor boy. Poor boy. Is ketchup a smoothie or a sauce? I would say... What? I would say a sauce.
Onwards.
Oh, there's Gina. And the one from the Houndhearts. I wonder when I'll see the real battle and everything so far in the warm-up. The Knights absorbed us already. Interesting. Hello, Sela. Sela looks anxious. She's holding her sword, but her movements seem nervous. Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibilities, commands, this new power. I have no clue, and we'll see what happens next. Watching and waiting is a good strategy, probably. I'm still frightened by what happened at Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen by Iomede herself? You know, back then I was snot-nosed kid who just started down the path of becoming a paladin. I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, and I'd rather hear her voice of the goddess, or at least a herald. I'd been informed that I had been chosen for a great cause, but that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow it's really happening without all the trumpets and heralds or even anyone explaining what the fuck is going on. Yeah, that's true. That is true, but I'm also be interesting. Is fighting demons all you want, or is there something else you're looking for? How about covering myself in glory and becoming the hero of 100 ballads? Or at least a dozen? Anyway, to be more serious, the area around the World Wound is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve good. Being part of the crusade is a reward enough for me, but there's something that worries me. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim, the war against the World Wounds. That's why they can sometimes overlook the smaller things, ordinary misfortunes, you know? I always liked being a Wandering Knight, because any moment I could get up and go to help poor rat folk whose family had been kidnapped, or an old woman whose favorite dog had gone missing. So, here's my answer. I don't have some big important goal, but I'll be happy to help those who need it. A little bit here and a little bit there. Aww. We have some hearts for Sela. That's some very, very nice point of view. A really good, nice point of view. Out of serve, Commander. Diarun. And there's Sosia. So let me save here. Or actually, let me restart the game here. Maybe that fixes some audio issues that we have or so. And see if that fixes the issue. Gonna be right back. For those watching, thank you for tuning in. And let's see you in the next episode with some more camp talk. And then probably going out for our first adventure.